Hello, my name is Jonathan, and if you are watching this video right now, I want to congratulate you because we are getting you closer to your road to freedom. Like I said, my name is Jonathan and I'm the founder of Driving Academy. And at Driving Academy, we are the best driving school around that can actually guarantee that we get you on the road to freedom. And road to freedom means to us that you're going to have more options available for you, which means that you're going to need a whole lot more money. The way that we choose to help our students get more money is giving them a skill that's going to help them solve a bigger problem, which is going to help them demand more money in the marketplace. And that skill that we give you is the ability to drive one of these big boys right over here. Right? So you can drive a big tractor trailer by the time we're done with you, or you can also drive a bus, school bus, or anything like that as well. And pretty much the license that you're looking for is a CDL license. That being said, we're going to give you 9 steps in this video on how to get your CDL license and how to have a successful life and feeling free after this is all done and during the whole process. Because getting your license might not change your life, but if you're feeling free and successful and you follow these 9 steps, your life is definitely going to change forever. And that's pretty much what our goal here is, to help 1 million people change their lives with getting a CDL license. So let's go right into it. Step number 1 is going to be you must commit. Nothing ever has changed in anyone's life unless they commit first. What kind of commitment? What does it mean to commit? You're going to have to commit time, resources, and energy to it, right? So time means that you're going to have to start cutting a piece of your day to commit to this goal of getting yourself a CDL license or learning more about getting a CDL license. Resources could be money, right? You've already invested some money into getting this course and getting going in this program itself, which is a great way to start your commitment. And then you're also going to have to put energy into it because nothing just happens with you doing nothing. All right. So as long as you're committed to this goal of getting yourself a CDL license, we will be committed to you any which way that we can. Right. Step number 2 is you must choose a right driving school. Now we're biased, of course. Here at Driving Academy, we are the best school around. The reason why we say that is we're probably the only school around that can actually guarantee that we get you that license. If you want to know more about how our guarantee program works, you're definitely going to want to watch the rest of this video, or you can just give our office a call, 908-525-3609. We have team members always standing by here to answer any type of questions that you do have of how our whole guaranteed training program works. That's right. There's no gimmicks or anything like that. We're going to write in writing in contract that we're going to guarantee that we can get you the license that you're after. Right? So picking a school, you're going to want to make sure that that flexibility-wise is important in this very busy age. Everyone has a job, a part-time job, a full-time job. It's hard to kind of fit the training into your schedule. Here at Driving Academy, we fix that by being open 7 days a week. Right? Picking a school means you are going to have to invest some money into the training program. So you want to pick something that's affordable to you and offers different payment options. Here at Driving Academy, we also have that as well. All you're going to need is $500 down to get started, and then we can work out a payment plan for the rest of the balance itself. We have many different types of courses available. The next thing is you're going to want to check their training method. Here at Driving Academy, we pride ourselves in taking old school methods that work and mixing it with new school technology and mixing them all together. Right? As an example, right over here is our state-of-the-art driving simulator. We're one of the few schools around to actually offer simulation training, which our students love. This thing's going to make sure that you can shift properly and also make sure that you're driving on the road in a very comfortable situation. Right? That's just one way that we mix those two together. The other thing is when you pick a school, you want to make sure that they have some type of job placement, and you want to make sure that they're accredited by the different trucking companies. So here at Driving Academy, we do offer free lifetime job placement, which means it's our job to help you find a job up until the day you die. That's what lifetime means, right? So the day before you die, we'll help you find a job. The day after, don't come to us because ain't no company is looking to hire any ghost, right? And then when it comes to being accredited, we work with many different trucking companies. They all know our quality of students, and because we're one of the few schools in the country to offer that simulator training, we actually rank at the top of the hiring list. So any of the students who come in through our program, because they come in through our program and they've been on this driving simulator here, they actually can get a job much quicker than if you went to a different program. So once you completed step 2 and then you did your research, you found the schools, you picked the school that you want. Now you want to do some learn about how that school works. If we're a good fit for you so far, you no need to go anywhere else. And the next step after you pick the school is you're going to want to get yourself a D.O.T. physical. Now, anybody who gets a CDL license must have 2 things: a valid driver's license and must get a D.O.T. physical. So you must be at least 18 years of age or older to have your valid driver's license and be healthy enough to pass a D.O.T. physical. D.O.T. stands for Department of Transportation. What does that mean? That means that in order to get yourself a truck driver's license, they want to make sure that your body is healthy enough to get the ball rolling, right? So where do you get a D.O.T. physical from? Well, you can actually click on the link or search D.O.T. physical, National Registry. And what actually happens is not every doctor can provide this physical. They actually have to be certified by the National Registry to make sure you provide one. If you want to come to our program, we offer an exclusive doctor that we use for all of our students' D.O.T. physicals. And the cool thing about our doctor is there's no appointment needed. You can walk in and whenever you want. If you want information about that itself, give us a call, 908-525-3609, right? So now say you went through the D.O.T. physical, you passed, no problem. Now we got to get ready into the next step. The next step is going to be getting ready for your CDL permit. Now, if you're going to go for a CDL Class A license, that means you're going to have to pass a minimum of 3 different tests: general knowledge, air brakes, and then combination vehicle. General knowledge is going to be 50 questions, air brakes is 25, combination is 20. Those are all 3 different written tests that you're going to have to take at the local DMV. And once you pass those tests, you're actually going to have yourself a CDL permit, right? And there's going to be more training on those tests itself in this course that you purchased already. So just wait along for that itself, and that's going to get your ball rolling. Now, if you choose to come into our training program, we have a very intensive classroom training portion. This is a picture of our classroom right here, and how that works is we actually have a 95% success rate. Here, as you can see, all the tablets there are going to give you all the information that you need through training videos and practice quizzes, as well as reading the CDL manual to make sure that you have all the knowledge that you need to go and pass the written test itself, right? Because if you just pass the test but you don't have the knowledge, that means you're going to go on the road, you have no idea what the hell you're doing, and what good is that? So we want to make sure that you can pass the test the first time, plus you have the knowledge on what you're doing. So step 5 is going to be passing the written test itself. Now, in order to pass the written test, you must go to DMV and actually take the test. You want to make sure that you go to a DMV that is providing the written test. And with that, you're going to want to get at least 80% correct. That's because if you get less than 80% correct, they're not going to pass you, and then you're going to have to go again and take the test again. That's why here at Driving Academy, we actually give our students a strategy that we need them in order for them to pass. If you want more information on that strategy, I definitely want you to give our office a call, 908-525-3609. It's an exclusive strategy. It's one of the reasons why we have a 95% success rate when it comes to passing the written test. So you want to pass all 3 tests and get at least an 80% done. It is going to be multiple choice on the computer. And for whatever reason, in the state of New Jersey, if you were to fail the test, you would have to wait 1 week before you go again. All right? So say everything went well, you went through our program correctly, and you studied everything that you had to do, you passed the test the first time. The next thing we have to do is get you ready to pass the road test. Now the thing about the road test is it is 2.5 hours long. That's right, it's a very long test. That being said, it's going to be split into 3 different sections. Part number 1, you're first going to have to know how to inspect both the inside and outside of the vehicle itself. Now we do have detailed video courses in this course itself that's going to walk you through exactly what that even means. So I definitely want you to check that out. The other thing that you're going to want to, the second part of that test is going to be all about parking. Here you're going to have to park the truck 6 different ways. Now if you never have backed up a tractor trailer or anything with a trailer like a boat or anything like that, you're going to know that it is pretty difficult, right? So included with this course, we also added an introductory video on how to back up a tractor trailer straight. It's not what you think. It's going to be holding the actual wheel and making sure that you can't just hold the wheel and back up. It's not like a car. that trailer is going to keep pivoting all the time. So we're going to give you the strategy that you need in order for you to become successful and pass that first portion of the test. And then the last part of the test itself is going to be actually driving on the road. So in order to drive on the road, in most cases, you're going to have to know how to shift unless you want to go with an automatic. However, if you do go with an automatic vehicle, you're going to have an automatic restriction on your license, and that's no fun for everyone, which means that you can drive automatic trucks, you just cannot drive stick shift trucks. Why limit yourself? Here at Driving Academy, we do offer both options depending on what you want to do, but that's why our driving simulator is so fun, because this is a very fun and easy way for our students to learn how to shift before they break my transmission and before they give themselves a heart attack. Alright, so that's one thing that really helps us out. That being said, it's ready to move on to the next step, which is going to be step number 7, and that step is going to be passing the actual road test. Now currently, in the state of New Jersey, you can only pass the test if you actually go to a local DMV. Now there are third-party testing sites available where you can go outside of DMV to take the test, but either way the test is going to be exactly the same. But when you go for the test, you're going to want to make sure you follow these quick steps. The steps are, you want to make sure that you have valid CDL license holder with you when you go for the test. 2, you want to make sure that you have the proper equipment, right? So everything has to be up to date, everything has to be working correctly. If you go with a busted headlight, they're not going to accept you. 3, you want to make sure that you actually go with original documentation on the equipment. They're not going to accept copies. And then 4, you want to make sure you go with all the proper documentation that you're going to have, which is your permits, paper permit, plastic permit, D.O.T physical, and your driver's license. And make sure that everything is up to date and valid. If any of those things are wrong, then they ain't even going to have you take the test. That means you went through all this training, all this hassle, all this problem, and you can't even do anything about it. Here at Driving Academy, we'll help you out through the whole process, and we'll make sure that it's a very smooth transition for you, so you can just focus on the main thing, which is studying and passing the test. After you pass this step here, now we're ready for step number 8, which is what we're all after, and that is a new job to make more money. Congratulations, you got yourself a CDL license. Now it's time to go and get a job. One thing that people do get as a hurdle once they start looking in the job market and they did not follow these 9 steps, which is step number 2 of getting into a reputable school, is yeah, they have a license but they don't have experience, so now they don't know where to go looking because everyone that they ask wants a year to 2 years experience. One of the benefits of coming to a school like ours is we actually have lifetime job placement, which means we have companies contacting us every single day and every single week begging us for our student drivers, knowing that they have no experience. And a lot of these companies actually pay a whole lot of money. I mean, we have companies that are local, which means you're home every single day, and they're starting off students at about $70,000 to $75,000 a year, starting off with no experience, right? Now, of course, not every single company is going to pay that high. The average of our students coming right out of school with no experience will be anywhere from $50,000 to that $75,000 a year range. That's, of course, for the first year. After that, then it's very easy to get into the $70,000, $80,000, $90,000 a year range because now you have some experience and you've tried it out, right? When it comes to finding work, there are 3 types of work available that you should be aware of in step number 8. One is local, which means you're going to be home on a daily basis, usually get paid by the hour. 2 is going to be regional, which means you're home anywhere from 2 to 3 times per week, and you're usually going to get paid by the mile. You're driving in a much bigger radius. You're going from a few different states, but maybe you're staying on the East Coast, right? And then you're going to have over the road. Over the road, this is for those guys who really want to travel the whole country, go all over the place. There you're going to be out for about 2 weeks at a time. When you come home, you're going to be home for anywhere from 1 to 3 days at a time, usually around 2 to 3. And then there you can also get paid by the mile. You actually make a whole lot of money because you're driving a whole lot more, right? So depending on what you want to go with, we can help you out with all that, right? So now you said, okay, I got my license, I went through all the training, I got my job, but we're only on step 8. What would be step number 9? Well, if you remember, the title of this video was how to feel successful and free, right? So for some people, they'll feel successful and free with a job, they're making more money than they ever made before, and they'll stop at step 8. But one more step above that is going to be step number 9, which is start your own trucking empire. And what does that even mean? Here at Driving Academy, we can actually help you out with starting your own trucking empire. We have what we call an owner-operator program where we can actually sell you a truck and then guarantee you a 5-year work contract, which is a regional route. You're going to be home every other night or so if your home base is in the New Jersey area. And after a year of working that contract, you're expected to profit, that's right, profit after all expenses, $120,000 to $160,000 per year. So if that's something you're interested in, that's just the start. That's when you're a one-man show. If you want to keep growing that empire, that's why I said it's an empire, you get to grow it as big as you want, then you can go as big and as bold as you want to go, and we're here to help you every step of the way there with our 5-year mentorship program that we offer. If you're interested in that program itself, you definitely want to give us a call, 908-525-3609. But if you follow these 9 steps and you don't skip any steps, then you would actually have the foundation that you need to actually live the life that you've always dreamed of. You can make as much money as you want in this industry, right? When you start your empire, you can have 1 truck, you can have 20, you can have 1,000, depending on how big you want to grow. You can have all the freedom that you want. You want to drive the truck for yourself, or do you want to hire people and you just dispatch and you become the owner? So we have different steps for everybody, no matter what you're looking for. If you just want to get a license, get a job, and make sure that that's all you worry about and make more money than you ever did before, we can help you out with that as well. So I hope you like this video. If you have any questions whatsoever about this video, about any topics that we talked about, or about the rest of the course that you're about to go through, please do not hesitate to give our office a call, 908-525-3609. Our staff members are always here, ready to help you out and get you on your road to freedom. I hope to see you soon in person one day. And I hope you like this video. Thanks.